Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back for episode 10 of season 4 of Superman and Lois. This is the final episode of the series and also the final episode of DC's run on broadcast television like this. You know, kind of kicked off with Superman, with Smallville, and it's also ending with Superman. It's a little surreal. It's a little unreal in that way. And what a run it has been ever since then. You know, coming off the heels of that show, going on for, 10 seasons, and then spawning the Arrowverse in a way that came right after the heels of that. And then just everything that journey has brought us, from all of its peaks and valleys, man, it's still some of the best DC content I think we've ever gotten. I know it kind of got shot in the foot after the pandemic and everything, like many a thing did, because after Crisis, man, they were setting some pretty big things up. There was some pretty big plans, but everything kind of fell through after that because of it. Out of that came this show, which kind of took advantage of what was going on at the time to really kind of craft itself, to hone in and focus on its own story. We got 4 beautiful seasons of this show that really kind of raised the bar for what this kind of stuff on TV could be. And it's also mildly disappointing in that way, because had this not been given this kind of treatment or been on the network it was, which was already kind of dying and trying to get away from this kind of broadcasting anyway, could you imagine what kind of stories we could have gotten? I think they were talking about this was originally planned or pitched for 7 seasons that they had planned out. Even so, I'm so happy that we got what we got and the quality that we got, because for me, this show has been the pinnacle of just Superman, and it's just, Tyler has really embodied this character so well. And so is Bitsy, man, with Lois. They've honestly, I think they've become my favorite pair that has played these characters at this point. And that's kind of wild to say, especially considering how this all started. It's just wild. And we're here. We're at the end of the road. And I'm just kind of stalling at the moment. So let's go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off, guys. Let's get ready to jump in. If you want to see the full-length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you're able to the channel, get you access as well. It is a watch-along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up the time codes for actually the entire episode. Over there, get the same thing for all the other shows and movies we cover on the channel. You also get to suggest and vote what movies to react to each month. It's just a great way to support the channel, help us do the things we do over here. But at the end of the day, I really appreciate it. Enjoy this reaction. To leave, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, and with that, I'll send it all away. Let's go ahead and hop into the final episode of Superman and Lois, aptly named It Went By So Fast, because that it did. Here we go.
I would spend more time with you if I could.
I know. We've gone on, 4 dates in how many months?
Too many.
Maybe it's just not meant to be.
O'clock last time. I'm not gonna let that happen again.
John!
You don't have a wow. I was gonna say he didn't have a suit and he didn't even get a chance to even get out the door though. Jesus. Oh my. Wow. What a kickoff.
You see what you did? This was never part of the plan. There was only one plan: to hurt me and my family. I tried stopping him. He wouldn't listen. I told you this is exactly what would happen, and now everyone in this town is in danger. Which is why they should leave.
Oh, jeez. Oh my God. Oh my God, dude. Oh! Yo! Nice!
What are you doing here?
Just trying to help?
No, you're not ready to fight that thing.
Who gives a shit?
I'll find a way.
If you die, they die. This is it, bud. Get your head out of your ass. Get it in the game.
Oh, your side.
It's fun.
It doesn't look fun.
Look, I need to get back to my garage. There has to be something that I can help.
Then I'm coming with you.
No, Lana.
I am the mayor of Smallville. I am not hiding, not this time.
No.
Okay, come on.
Where's your father?
He took off with that thing.
You have to help him.
We tried. He won't let us.
Don't let him decide that. Just intervene. Oh! I was just thinking that whoever was flying that helicopter is dumb as shit to even remotely think they could just intervene into all of this. Oh my god, he is just beating the unholy shit out of him. God.
Help him.
But Dad said that.
Yeah, when he said that thing's about to kill him.
Yeah.
Turtles.
The Fraternals. God, these dorks. Where the fuck did they go? There you go.
Come and get me. On me.
Oh god, now it's just those two. Now to Clark, just listen to his plan before. It would be a 3v1. God, I get it. I know what he's thinking, but it's also counterintuitive.
How many of these do you have?
This is it. You're only gonna get one shot at this.
What are you gonna use?
Something that makes a bigger boom.
Tell her to go.
He took off after the boys.
What?
I told him to stay away.
Told them to save their father.
I'm their father. I have to keep them safe.
And how do you plan on doing that if you're dead? The boys do not live in
Right?
a bubble anymore. They live in the real world with real threats.
They're not ready.
Alone, sure, but they have each other. And they have you, and that's gonna have to be enough. It is time you finally accept you can't do this on your own anymore.
And he couldn't do it on his own before.
I have an idea.
Yes, take him to Endor.
Lure that thing to Main Street. When you get to me, split off.
I love that they can kind of communicate like that. It's kind of wild. What's the plan? Oh. Oh. Hiding behind the flames so he couldn't be seen. Straight shotting him. Nice. It's one way to make sure you don't miss. Oh, damn, that actually cracked his skull. Now harvest his heart.
Is it dead? For now. Want to just come back stronger?
Not if I get it to the sun first.
Oh, wait, what?
It doesn't heal from the sun like I do. The sun will make it weak.
What if it wakes
Oh,
up before you
I
get
thought
there?
they remedied that weakness a
It's
bit.
gonna work.
I could have swore they mentioned at one point that that didn't affect it anymore. I mean, quite clearly, it's been running around the daylight since it was born. Oh well, let's go. Chuck it into the sun. Always like that as a solution. All right, man, here we go.
To hurry. Once Luthor realizes that thing is gone, he's gonna come after us. All of us.
That's a lot of people, even for Luke.
I'm kind of surprised John was able to chuck that thing as hard as he could without his suit, and it was able to actually take the thing down.
I expect loyalty, Amanda.
That works both ways, Lex.
You had mine until you betrayed me.
Oh my God, what?
I was in Smallville, and you sent that thing to destroy the town. You don't give a damn about me.
I used to.
But you never loved me. You can't love anyone else. I'm resigning from Luthor Corps first thing tomorrow. You can have your shares back.
That won't be necessary. Goodbye, Amanda.
Oh, wow. Oh, good job, boys.
Where are they taking her?
It looks like back to Smallville.
He's like, that damn town.
Luthor tried to kill you once, he's gonna try again. So you're gonna tell the world the truth about what Luthor has done.
That's why you brought me here, to make some kind of confession?
The public won't believe me
yeah.
because of your lies. You helped create this problem, and now you're gonna help fix it.
Live stream's ready.
Lux is going to try and stop us.
My boys will slow him down. Give us the time we need.
That suit has been totally upgraded. It is laced with kryptonite, the weapons have been improved, and Milton is on comms to troubleshoot.
Milton?
Milton, fine.
That's the guy who stole my suit. Where is he?
Uh-oh. Oh no. Are you serious? Hey, at least we're already here. Oh. Wait, what? Oh. Was it that conk to the head, or being this close to the sun that's allowed his consciousness to wake back up? Now I'm kind of sad about that, man, but we did it. Looks like a beautiful little sequence too.
Where an attack is underway. An attack from...
Uh-oh. What was that?
This again.
Brainiac hacking the fucking network.
Milton knocked it out. Lux is coming.
Target acquired.
Oh! Oh my god, get that grin off your face, you freak. Yes. This helps too, because it gives him a little bit of extra juice to re-enter the fray here.
You are such a coward. Wearing a war suit to fight my 16-year-old son?
Your son with powers.
Clark didn't have powers when he beat your ass all over this street.
You little bitch.
You so afraid of a woman that you have to lash out at everyone but her?
I will kill you right here.
Then do it! I am not afraid of you, but you have always been terrified of me.
Time to die, Lois.
Oh. Budget.
I can't hear John.
We're not done. You can't stop me!
No, but he can.
That fucking smile. Goodbye. Oh, oh. Epic. Oh. Oh, oh, whoa, whoa. Holy shit.
Hey, John, wake up. John, wake
Oh,
up.
wow.
John, wake up. Come on, John. You can't die. Wake up! Wake up!
Oh! What was that? Discharge of solar energy from his hands?
You're alive.
Fucking defibrillated.
Blow me up.
Fucking defibrillated his ass. It's fucking amazing. Oh.
I promise I won't.
God damn it, man. God, and he can't pull it out because it's kryptonite.
Death of Superman. Not something you see every day. I can always watch this later.
Get fucked.
You stole my suit.
Your suit. Could you maybe describe it for me? Ow! That suit. I'm sorry, my bad.
Now you are gonna do exactly what I tell you.
The power's back. He did it.
Nice. Good thing this Brainiac is literally just a dude.
Why won't you die?
Damn, he is still fucking kicking, even with those nails in him. Screws, I guess, technically. Damn. Still got a couple of other ones in you, bud. Might wanna, there you go.
I will kill you and your whole damn family!
I told you before, Luthor. You will never hurt.
His suit healed. God.
You came after my wife.
Oh, you are just a little bitch now, aren't you? Even with your toys. What are you gonna do? Come on, I can do this all day, motherfucker. Come on.
But all that ends right now.
Yo. And still saved his ass. Let's go. Punch the suit off your ass. John, sorry about your suit. It might be a little gone. You might need to build a new one, but fuck you. Fuck you. Ha! Caught in 4K, motherfucker. Goddamn. Let's go.
It's over.
Clark with that extra juice from the sun really just showed him what's what. 1 year later. I kind of wanted to see Amanda's like roast to him. Aww. No, wait, no, wait, no. Whoa, really? Let's go. They managed to work it out.
Thank you for always being my best friend.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Thanks, Clark.
Aw.
Everyone, please take your seats.
Is Lois officiating? Oh, apparently.
One thing I've learned as I've gotten older is that true friendship is hard to come by. And it's even rarer to find it later in life. But I found true friendship twice, in both Lana and John Henry. Lana, of course I'd heard stories about you from Clark, but it wasn't until we moved to Smallville that I really understood why he loved you so much. You were there for me during my battle with cancer. You were there for our family when Clark was taken from us. And you have always been there for this community.
No.
You, Mayor Lang, are the best of Smallville. And John Henry, since you arrived in our world, my life has never been the same. And now I can't imagine it without you. What you have endured. What you were willing to sacrifice to make a world that was not your own safe. You truly are a man of steel. And it comes as no shock.
You journalistic wordsmith, you. Fuck.
You ready for vows? Do you, Lana, Sophie, and Lang, take John Henry Irons to be your lawful wedded husband? To have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and cherish always.
I do.
I do.
Then by the power vested in me by KansasMarriageMinistries.com,
Aw.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Fuck.
When Lois was talking about how you're the best of Smallville, no, she's 1,000% right. You are. I'm happy for you. All I ever wanted was for you to be happy.
I'm happy, Kyle.
I'll leave you to it.
No.
Hey, Kyle. One more dance?
Yeah, I'd like that.
You know, there's a reception going on for your mom right now.
What you doing out here?
You kidding? That barn is cursed. If I stay in there for too long, that whole wedding might blow up.
Take a superstition class in Greece.
Hey, I'm just stating facts.
It's good to have you back.
Yeah, it's good to be back, but I don't think it's gonna be for long. Spending the year overseas just showed me that Smallville's not where I want to spend the rest of my life.
Well, we're just gonna have to make senior year the best one of them all.
What about you? Being a hero, are you where you want to be?
Yeah. I am.
Wow. A little bittersweet, but lovely all the same.
What do you think Superman and Lois Lane will be remembered for?
I'd like to think truth and justice.
And a better tomorrow. Denied his appeal, being transferred back to Strikers.
Luthor was denied his appeal. We did it.
No.
Welcome back, Mr. Luthor.
I trust my lawyer sent my requests ahead of the transfer.
Bet you like the same arrangements as your last stay.
That ain't happening
Yes.
this time.
Unfortunately, that won't be possible.
Yes. Yes.
This isn't my old cell.
No, it's not. You see, things have changed around here. Sir? Thanks, William.
Oh. Oh.
Like the warden.
Oh. Oh.
Lots
Let's
changed
go.
But there's one thing that's still the same. The man in charge needs a good chair. And you, Alexander, you're gonna make a hell of a chair.
Wow. Holy shit. Let's go.
The first time I died, there was nothing but darkness. Then suddenly, I came back. Because of Sam's sacrifice, I lived for 32 more years.
He's gonna come back.
Let's see. But the world I came back to was struggling. People had lost faith in each other, lost faith in humanity. After Luthor was defeated, I started thinking about my legacy.
New
About
suits
what I wanted to leave behind.
for the boys.
And the thing I knew was, I couldn't do it alone. I needed help. Help from my family.
Oh, finally! Aww.
And even help from former enemies. I spent the last 20 years trying to save the world. Now I want to help fix it. I didn't want to just be a hero that saves people. I wanted to connect with them, to change their lives for the better. So Lois and I, we set up a foundation to help people in need. Turns out our celebrity had an upside. People listened when we asked for their help. We weren't able to solve all the world's problems, but over time, we helped push the needle in the right direction. We gave people a sense of hope.
Oh, Samuel Lane Medical Center.
At home, life was good. The years continued to pass. As Lois and I got older, the boys grew up.
Oh.
And became men.
Oh, wow.
Lois and I were so proud of them. Both John and Jordan got married, had kids. Lots of kids.
So many kids. Aww.
It was such a joy to be around. Lois and I felt incredibly lucky. Our hearts were full.
Real isn't how you are made. It's a thing that happens to you.
Any races? How do they work? They just like roll them up and they go? Oh.
There were so many special moments.
Adorable.
Every day, a gift. And Lois was always there. For the rest of her life, we never spent a day apart. That was a magical time. Every day a little better than the last. Something we never took for granted. Then, Lois's cancer came back. Only this time, it was too much. It was hard seeing her so weak, knowing she was dying.
That one dude's got Jordan's, like, scowl.
But in that moment, right as she passed, something happened that I will never forget.
Daddy.
It was never the same after. Friends would stop by most days to check up on me. Jordan came by almost every day. Same with John. But even with all my friends and family, the world, it just felt less. Being by myself in the home we shared for so long, that was really tough. So, I got a dog.
No.
Oh, good boy. Seriously. How had I never had a dog before?
I know, right?
Crypto and I, we took a lot of walks together.
I can't believe we get Crypto at the
Took a lot of
end.
naps.
Oh.
Watched a lot of sunsets. And then, just like that,
Oh.
my heart gave out. The irony is, it was almost exactly where my dad died.
Somebody call 911.
Thanks to Kal-El, I didn't
Oh.
die there. But my time was running out.
This damn bed. His mom died in this bed. Lois died in this bed. And he's dying in this bed.
Was so much different than the first.
Fuck, I would hope so.
It was amazing.
Aww.
The feeling that washed over me, I can't begin to describe it. And suddenly, it came to me. What life is all about. Joy. Hope.
What?
Forgiveness. Wonder. Friendship. Family.
Holy shit! What?
Love.
Aww.
I came to this world alone. When I left it, I had so much, and it was all because of love. It's the thing that makes life worth living. Do everything you can to find love, to give it, to hold on to it. Because life, it goes by so fast.
No. No. My God. That was wild. Well, okay. We went so far past the extra mile there with the epilogue. Like, honestly, I thought it would conclude at the, here some time skip. He's lost his powers, the boys have taken over, and we would just be like, we'd set them off into the sunset. But they wanted to be like, these characters are not coming back. Like, I guess that's maybe the idea. They wanted to see that through to the end, show you the rest of the journey. I was like, okay, they're going to go off into the sunset, and we'll be left with Clark and Lois together, growing old. Everybody else going on to continue their lives. The boys are now taking over the protection of the planet and all that kind of stuff, and he can just rest. They just were like, nope, let's go the whole length of what life Sam gave him left. Lois's cancer returning years later. The boys finding love and, having their own families. Him losing Lois and having to recoup, him getting Crypto to cope with her loss until finally his heart gave out. And just like this difference in the way that he died, like, I like that interesting little change in that perspective as well. And I think maybe that has to do with the fact that he wasn't maybe dead the first time through, or that he would be coming back. So for him, it was like a nap, his soul, time, fate being what it is, knew not to move on. But when Lois's time came, she saw her father. When he passed, though, this is what was going through my head. I was like, okay, he's going to see all those that maybe had passed along the way. But like the boys were mourning over him, Jordan and Jonathan. The guys they cast for them were actually really freaking good for like older versions of those characters. Whoever they cast for that guy as Jordan, he got his scowl down perfect, like his glare. Nailed it. But yeah, then when the first people he walked out to meet was the younger version of the boys, I was like, hold on now, what's the implication here? But he was just walking through his life. It's almost as if his life and all those that matter to him were here to see him off. I don't think it necessarily, I think that was evidence at least that that's not just, he wasn't meeting those who have also passed. Though past the boys by this point, it very well could have been any of them. But that was just like, they're like, young them, and then I guess just to say goodbye to the actors again, give them a goodbye with Tyler in this state while the older versions are actually in the next room mourning. That fucking cursed ass bed, man. Jeez. But hey, they went out, he lived his life. He lived it literally to the fullest extent that he could at that point. And just like the poetry and his heart giving out in the same spot where his father did, and then dying in the bed that his mother did, that also Lois also died in. I don't know. There's just some really beautiful rhyming that was happening throughout the way they kind of crafted the rest of his life. It was just really beautiful in the end, like what to kind of hold value in, what to let go. Like, because even as he was exiting, there was Luthor, you know, that almost like that darkness that was always following him. And to even be able to forgive that, you know, that's just the beauty of Superman at the end of the day. And I know so many people that were rooting for him to kill Lex. I would have like, that would be completely defeat the entire point of all of this if he did. When he said, you're never going to do this again, he was like, I'm sending you to prison for good, bud. He was never going to end him, man. And I like that resolution, you know, this time around, his appeals denied, everything's denied, his requests even denied. No cushy prison life this time. Like, his time spent in there was, like, completely different than literally anybody else's experience the first time around. And now he's Bruno's fucking bitch. Let's go. Oh, that was a great little turnaround right there, man. That put a smile on my face. And then just once his powers waned, too, just the way that Clark and Lois use their influence to try to help push people to change the world in their own ways. It's one thing when he's always stepping in, helping people where they need to be, but that only does so much. I like that they started this foundation. They started trying to actually make this world a better place by making the people of the world a better place and leveraging the fact that he's Superman, leveraging the fact that she's Lois Lane, and, you know, using that influence to guide, like they said, move the needle just a little bit as much as they could, and kind of inspire people along the way to maybe do the same. I thought that was lovely. And just kind of seeing everybody kind of get their happy ending. Jordan didn't get back with Sarah. Obviously, they went their separate ways. I think they kind of ironed that out before. You know, first love's not always the one that sticks, you know. And I'm just wondering, like, where did she end up? Like, she's like, I'm not going to stay here. So where did she go? Where did she end up being? Now, while we did finally get to see their suits be made and then them don them in that final family shot of them all flying together. Not just that, though. You know, we got Steel finally with his suit back, and it was all chromed out, and it finally added the S to it along with that suit, and he got the cape, like, full on, like the actual comic Steel design. Finally got there in that shot. We never got to see that in action. We never got to see the boys in action in their new suits, but I'm just glad we got a little bit of a glimpse of it at least before we set the sun here on this show. You know, everybody kind of coming together and contributing in that final fight with Doomsday as well. Now, the way they lured him into that trap and getting conked out by the hammer. I get it. We were out of time, budget being what it is and stuff like that. We needed a solution, but I just, without the suit, I don't know how John threw that hammer. That fucking killed him, man. Just, I don't know. I did find that mildly jarring that was in the moment the solution. I honestly think it could have been as simple as, you can't fight all three of you at the same time. Just bounce him around like he's a fucking pong ball. Like, I think they could have just beat him. I think it could have been simplified and just made, like, You know, they could have just beat the shit out of him like that. Or hell, have one of the boys bait him out and have one of the other boys throw the hammer. Mild nitpick of the way that that went down, because I have a hard time kind of buying that the hammer was enough to kill it. Again, John, non-powered, was the one throwing it. I know it's got that magical momentum technology in it, but you still have to get it going. And I don't know that John could do it. Anyway, I'm fixated on that. I'm just kind of recycling back through the episode. Amanda finally seeing the truth of what Lex is, though, because of what's happening here, ends up ratting him out to the world, backtracking on all the lies, and getting him thrown in prison. And, you know, yeah, we finally turned her around. She saw him for what he was, and he was going to blow her ass up with a fucking missile, man. Till the boys swept in and saved her. I was like, hey, so that happened. So here's a camera. I love that. But then Milton stepped in, broke up their live feed for a minute until John used their DOD resources to track down the source and find his little hidey hole, get him to aid them in taking out Lex as well. And just everything just kind of came together in a really fun way. Because after a freshly charged up Superman came back from his little trip to the sun, all healed and juiced up, it wasn't much of a fight. Hell, so much so, it gave him some struggle with those kryptonite screws that were drilling into his body, but he was still able to wrench those out of him with the strength that he still had. I like that, at least that, because we had established up to this point he wasn't healing naturally on his own because of all that, but at least a little bit of a jump start for the sun helped kind of get him back into fighting condition to face off one more time with Luthor. And he didn't sun dip. I wonder if he even could. You know, could he endure a full dip? Hell, he could have done that to fight Doomsday too, and that would have, you know, hey boys, buy him some time. Or like as a family, let's go sun dip. Let's all go into the sun. Let's all go Super Saiyan for a little bit, and let's mess him up. Also, they brought back, you know, the thing like while Doomsday was dead, it was like, hey, is he just going to regenerate? Is he just going to come back? Yeah, but not if we get him to the sun. I swear that they've established up until this point, because he's been in the sun this entire time. Like every time he's attacked, every time he's been around, he's just running around. He's not like recharged or anything like that. He hasn't been hawking XK or whatever the hell that he needs to. So I don't know. I thought they had established that whatever Mannheim did to him and whatever Lex did to him, they had kind of purged those weaknesses from him. No, his regeneration, his evolutions got staved off by the sun when Clark took his body up there. And I guess being by the sun too, or I don't know if it was being near the sun or that was holding back all of these alterations, these mutations, or if it was John Henry's conk to the head with his hammer. But we got a little bit of a minute of Bizarro coming back, you know, holding out his hand, telling him to stop for a second, that he's there, to show him that he's there, his eyes changing back as well as he accepts his fate. He's like, okay, let me go. You know, he is kind of giving him his end, letting him die as himself rather than this beast. I thought that was kind of beautiful as well. But then the fight with Luthor was a pretty solid fight. Them fighting in that storm and then just Tyler going ham. Just, God, it was so good. It's just everybody just seeing him for what he was in the street. Dude choking out a fucking teenager. He's batshit insane. I love the way Lois was just standing her ground and just laying into him, and every time he always had to try to find some justification, some excuse to, again, justify his actions, because in his mind he is not the villain here, even though he is one of the most vile human beings we've seen in this show. I like the way that all turned out, and the fact that, you know, he got bested yet again, and let alone not just bested, but also had to be saved at the end of the day by Superman himself too. That's where we kind of kicked off the domino effect of seeing where everybody ends up. You know, John Henry and Lana getting married, Chrissy and Kyle having another kid, you know, and just everything else from that point onward was, I don't know, man. It was like, I'm glad that everybody got their happy ending. You know, Clark's is bittersweet in a way, but it's bittersweet in the way that that's honestly the best life that they could have asked for with the cards they had been dealt up until this point. Because given everything that they've been through, especially with the heart and him having been dead and her cancer, you know, they got a best case scenario in the end. And then we got to see everybody else kind of move on and have their happy endings. And I don't know. I just thought it's just really bittersweet, man. I was really holding out hope that there'd be some more, like, they're out there, kind of like the way The Flash ended. We ended this journey, you know, there's more people out there. I'm still out there. I'm running off into the distance. Because we've already set the stage that he's going to be sunsetting, that his powers are going to wane. But again, in my head, I was envisioning this would leave the door open to our imaginations to what that would kind of be like. But they walked us all the way to death's door with him, man. It was both really, really beautiful and also heartbreaking. Like, it got to me on both sides of the spectrum for that, you know. It was just really, really well done. And again, had this season not had the budget cuts that it did, I just really, just what could have been, you know. But I don't want to, like, live in what could have been or anything like that. Because this final season, they managed to make it work. Was there some iffy CGI here and there? Sure. But the way they worked around it, the way they really wrote the character drama, the way they told this story and sent these characters off was so well done, despite or in spite of all these little curveballs that have been thrown their way. And that's just par for the course for the CW, man. Like, this entire run, because if it's not the CW trying to screw these shows over, it's usually WB. And hell, this is ending because of WB. So it's just like a multitude of things, man. But it persevered. And even with all their handicaps, this showrunner, these writers, they managed to make this season work and still have a lot of that energy, a lot of that just charisma the show has had from the beginning. And that polish that even through all these little cracks, you're not focused on the cracks. You're focused on the story itself and what's unfolding. And I loved that because I think that was very indicative of the show itself. It was very smart in the way that it utilized its resources. And, you know, through this amazing character writing, just these stellar performances from every actor in this show, but mainly our leads, dude. Like, Tyler is definitively, I think, my favorite live action Superman right now. Same with Bitsy for Lois. I don't know. They nailed all of these complexities so beautifully, and the kids, you know, they all did phenomenal jobs at making this stuff just sing. And I'm going to miss it, man. I'm really going to miss it. Oh, fuck. I don't know what else to say. It's been an amazing journey. It's been an amazing ride. And this is truly the end of an era. Like, the last 15, 20 years-ish, from Smallville to here. People on social media and stuff try to rewrite history and be like, oh, thank goodness the Arrowverse and all this kind of stuff, the CW TV stuff is gone and whatnot. And I'm just like, they don't know, man. They don't know what this actually did for the brand, for what this did for DC. People like talk back, try to revisionist history everything and be like, this is what was holding DC back. This was literally the only thing keeping the brand alive at all. And any kind of good standing. It was Smallville, then Arrow, then The Flash, and then, you know, even up until this too, you know. And again, like, it wasn't all great. It wasn't always fantastic, but this trek is what created so many new DC fans, more than any of the movies ever did. By far more than any of the movies ever did. People trying to rewrite history just because it's not up to par, or the universe that they really wanted to get behind didn't get to see its journey through, or whatever, you know. Whatever it is, whatever excuse. But when it was good, man, it was some of the best comic book stuff we've had. Like, even going back to, like, the crossovers and everything like that. Those are some of the best, still some of the best superhero content that we have in live action. Even, I'd even say, even with the MCU involved too. Like, I think some of the, like, crossover events are so much more engaging than some films that we've had as of late from anybody. And I don't know, man. And just like those classic seasons are just still peak. Like, even going back and rewatching season 1 and season 2 of The Flash, man, it's so fucking good. And Arrow was always good. Like, even if its weakest season, it was like okay at worst. people keep making shit up, man. Like, I don't know what it is. So it's one thing to not like it, but like, be honest about the legacy here, man. It's just people are getting in. Anyway, sorry. I'm going to hop off my soapbox. It's just, this is the end of that run. So I just felt like I needed to talk about it a little bit or exercise that from my chest a little bit. But anyway, that's kind of all I got, guys. I'm so sad that we were at the end of this road, but at least they were given the opportunity to conclude their story, and conclude it they did. It is better than some other shows have gotten in their runs, as at least they got to end the story. Might not have been the way they wanted or when they wanted, but they were given the chance to go out. God, it would have sucked if we was just like, oh, season 3, that's it. End of that season, that's the end of it. No continuation, no nothing, no resolutions, whatever. And, you know, it very easily could have been that. I'm glad at least they were given the opportunity to send themselves off. And the fact that we got everybody back around for this final episode, barring the actor for Sam, which makes sense. You know, then again, you could have had him in that final shot as the little sequence as we're walking out, or standing over Lois as she's drifting off in her final moments. She called out his name, but probably scheduling, probably something like that. But they got everybody else. Anyway, fantastic episode, fantastic show, fantastic last 20 years. And yeah, it's wild to reconcile with. But I'm going to go ahead and end it here, guys. I'm going to pass it off to you. Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. And speaking of before you go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Benny Sherritt, Your Course Scott, Robert Longiano, Jeffrey L, Jake Cottrell, Eric Official, Casey Wood, Russell Crockett on Watchtower. Thank you guys so much for continued support. But that's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.